She walked away thinking she made the right choice. But what if I told you that one secret could make her regret everything? You see, breakups don't hurt women the way they hurt men. At least, not at first. She leaves, she feels free, she thinks she made the best decision. And you're stuck replaying every memory, every word, every moment, trying to understand what went wrong. Maybe you tried to fix things. Maybe you begged, pleaded, sent long emotional texts. Maybe you even promised to change, but she still left. And now, she's out there, looking happier than ever, posting pictures, going out, laughing like she never even cared about you. It's like she moved on overnight. While you're drowning in pain, checking her profile, wondering if she ever even loved you at all. But let me tell you something. Her happiness, it's an illusion. It's temporary. And the best part? Regret doesn't hit immediately. It builds slowly, silently. And when it does, it's too late. Imagine this. You met her, fell for her. She became your world. Every morning, the first thing you did was check your phone, just to see her good morning text. Every night you stayed up late talking about your dreams, your future, your plans together. You gave her time, attention, love. You made sacrifices for her. Maybe you canceled plans with your friends just to be with her. Maybe you ignored red flags because you believed in her. Maybe you gave her your whole heart thinking she would never break it. And then, one day she changed. She started pulling away. The good morning texts stopped. The long conversations turned into one-word replies. The I miss you messages vanished. You asked her what's wrong. She said, "Nothing, I'm just busy." But deep down you knew she was slipping away. Then, it happened. The breakup, the excuses, the lies. It's not you, it's me. I just need space. I still care about you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. And the worst part? You believed her. You thought if you just waited, if you gave her time, she'd come back. But she didn't. Instead, she started posting pictures with her friends, smiling like she was finally free. Maybe she even found someone new. And you felt like a fool. You checked her Instagram, watched her stories, tried to decode her captions. Was she missing you? Did she still think about you? Or were you just another guy she left behind? Every night you lay in bed staring at your phone, fighting the urge to text her, wondering if she had moved on, while you were still stuck in the past. And that's when the self-doubt started. Was I not good enough? Did I do something wrong? What does he have that I don't? But here's the truth, brother. It was never about you. Women don't leave because of something you did. They leave because they think they can do better. They leave because in that moment they believe you are replaceable. But let me tell you something. Regret is a slow poison. Right now she thinks she's winning. She thinks she upgraded. But the day will come when she looks back and realizes what she lost. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to make that happen. You see, breakups don't work the same way for men and women. You feel the pain immediately. She feels it later. But by the time regret hits her, you might already be too far ahead. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The deep psychology of regret, why women leave, and why they always come back when it's too late. How women emotionally process a breakup versus men. Ever wondered why it feels like she moved on so fast while you're stuck in pain? That's because men and women process breakups completely differently. Science proves that after a breakup, men experience an instant emotional crash, while women experience an initial sense of freedom. There's a study from Binghamton University that found that men actually suffer from breakups for much longer than women. But why? Because men attach themselves more deeply over time, while women's emotional attachment fades gradually before they even leave. Think about it. By the time she breaks up with you, she has already mentally checked out. She's already imagined her life without you. But that's just phase one. At first, she enjoys the freedom. No more texting you where she is. No more emotional responsibilities. She starts exploring new options, getting attention, feeling independent. But here's the biggest psychological twist most men don't realize. Her regret doesn't hit immediately. It builds slowly, and when it finally hits, it destroys her. What are the 3 phases of female regret? Women don't regret losing a man overnight. It happens in phases. And if you understand these phases, you'll know exactly how to make her regret leaving. Phase 1, the relief phase, 0 to 3 months after breakup. Right after the breakup, she feels like she made the right choice. She feels free. She's getting attention from new guys, going out, feeling independent. This is the phase where she posts the glow-up pictures, where she acts like she's thriving. But here's the truth, it's all a coping mechanism. Women aren't biologically wired to feel regret instantly. Unlike men who experience the pain immediately, women experience an emotional high at first. She tells herself she made the right decision. She blocks out all the good memories. And if you try to contact her during this phase, she'll feel even more powerful because she thinks you still want her. Phase 2, the doubt phase, 3 to 6 months after breakup. This is where reality starts to hit, slowly, silently. The attention from other guys, it doesn't feel the same. The freedom, it starts to feel lonely. And most importantly, she starts comparing. In psychology, there's a concept called the contrast principle. It means that people don't judge things based on their absolute value. They judge them based on comparison. Now, think about it. Who is she comparing you to? The guys she's meeting now. And guess what? They don't care as much. They don't treat her like you did. They don't listen the same way. And then, the memories of you start creeping back in. This is when she starts stalking your social media, checking your stories, asking mutual friends about you. And if she sees that you're still the same, that you're still stuck, still chasing, still hoping for her, she won't regret a thing. But if she sees that you disappeared, that you're thriving, that you became the man every woman wants, her heart drops. Last phase, the regret phase, 6 to 12 months after breakup. Now this is the phase where she truly realizes what she lost. She sees you doing better. She hears about your success. Maybe she even sees you with another woman. And suddenly, everything she thought she knew about you changes. This is when she starts replaying memories in her mind. She starts asking herself questions she never asked before. Did I make a mistake? Was he actually better than I thought? Does he even think about me anymore? And here's the cruelest part. By the time her regret fully hits, it's usually too late. She thought she was winning, but now, she's the one who lost. The psychology of why women regret losing a man. Now that you understand how regret builds over time, let's talk about why women regret losing certain men and why they forget about others. Reason 1. Women regret leaving a man when they realize they downgraded. If the new guy isn't as emotionally stable, as caring, or as ambitious as you were, she starts feeling the loss. Reason 2. Humans always want what they can't have. The moment she realizes you're no longer an option, that's when she wants you back the most. Reason 3. In psychology, there's a term called emotional imprinting. It means that the deeper the emotional connection, the harder it is to forget someone. If you truly loved her, gave her deep emotional experiences, and were a meaningful part of her life, she will never truly forget you. Why chasing her kills regret. Now here's where most men go wrong. When a woman leaves, most men chase. They text, they beg, they try to prove their worth. But here's the truth. The more you chase, the less she regrets losing you. Because the moment you chase, you confirm her belief that she had power over you, that she was the prize, that she was right to leave. But if you disappear, if you focus on yourself, if you start thriving without her, her mind goes crazy. She starts wondering, wait, why isn't he chasing? Did he replace me? Is he happier without me? And that, brother, is when regret begins. Let me tell you a truth. Regret is never instant. It's a slow process. But the moment she sees you thriving, glowing, becoming the best version of yourself, that's when regret fully hits. And the best part? By the time she realizes what she lost, it won't even matter to you anymore. Now let's talk about the most powerful way to make that regret hit harder than ever. You don't have to play games like many fake gurus talk about, and don't have to manipulate anyone. This is about becoming the man she can't replace. Because the truth is, women don't regret losing you because of who you were when she left. They regret it when they see who you became after she walked away. So let's break this down step by step. Step 1. No calls. No text, no liking her posts, no watching her Instagram stories, nothing. And I know it's hard. You want to check up on her. You want to see what she's doing. But every time you check her profile, every time you engage, you're just making it easier for her to move on. Silence is power. When you disappear completely, two things happen. She starts wondering why you're not chasing. Wait, why isn't he begging? Why isn't he trying to get me back? She starts feeling your absence. And in psychology, people don't miss you when you're still around. They miss you when they feel the void. Women aren't used to men walking away first. They expect you to wait, to linger, to chase. But when you vanish, she starts thinking about you even more. Step 2. If you do this step right, her regret will be inevitable. Because the real way to make a woman regret leaving isn't to wait for her. It's to become a version of yourself she never thought possible. Here's how to do it. Hit the gym harder than ever. Women are visual creatures. If she sees you looking stronger, fitter, more confident, that regret hits differently. Upgrade your style and grooming. A fresh haircut, better fashion, and well-groomed confidence can completely change how people perceive you, including her. I will share the link of my second channel in the description. I have made a dedicated video on grooming on that channel. Just go and watch it. Level up your finances and ambition. Success is attractive. When she sees you focused, winning, and building a life she can't be part of anymore, her heart will sink. Surround yourself with high-value people. Spend time with people who challenge you, grow you, and push you to be better. When she sees you living a better life without her, that's when she starts questioning her decision. Most men cry, beg, and wait after a breakup. But the men who make women regret leaving? They use that pain as fuel to transform their lives. Step 3. The biggest mistake men make after a breakup? Trying to prove their worth directly to their ex. They post stories trying to make her jealous. They act fake happy online, but that's transparent. She can see through it. The real way to make her see what she lost? Live your best life without her, and let the world do the talking. Post less, but make it more impactful. Don't spam social media with motivational quotes and look at me posts. Instead, post things that subtly show your growth. New hobbies, travel, working on your goals. Be seen with high-value people. If she sees you around people who are doing well, growing, and leveling up, it triggers her curiosity. Date and socialize, but don't rub it in. You don't need to prove you've moved on. Just be seen in new circles, meeting new people. Because the truth is, women don't regret losing a man just because he's doing better. They regret it when they realize he became the man she always wanted, but she can't have him anymore. Step 4. Now listen carefully, because this is where most men mess up. At some point, she will reach out. It might take weeks, it might take months, but eventually, she will check in. And this moment, this is your power move. Here's what not to do. Don't respond immediately. If she texts, let it sit for a few hours, or even days. Don't act emotional. No, I miss you too, or I've been waiting for this. Don't give her control. She lost that when she left. Do this instead. Be polite but distant. Keep your responses short, calm, and controlled. Example: hey, hope you're doing well. Been busy with work and projects. Make her wonder what changed. When she realizes you're not the same guy who was hurt, her mind goes into overdrive. If you don't want her back, keep moving forward. You don't owe her closure. You don't owe her an explanation. She made her choice. Now let her live with it. Because the moment she realizes you're no longer emotionally available, that's when her regret turns into obsession. Step 5. Now, here's the ultimate truth most men don't realize. Women don't regret losing a man just because he's successful or looks better. They regret it when they see that he became a man that no other woman would ever leave. Emotional strength. You don't react emotionally. You stay calm, composed, and in control. Unshakable confidence. You walk into any room knowing your value. A life full of purpose. You're no longer driven by external validation. You chase your mission, your goals, your vision. Scarcity mindset. You don't chase, you attract. Because you know that real value doesn't beg to be noticed. And when she sees that, when she realizes that while she was looking for something better, she lost the best she ever had, that's when regret turns into a lifetime of what ifs. And after listening this, you have only two choices. You can waste months chasing, waiting, hoping for closure. Or you can focus on yourself, become untouchable, and let her regret losing you on her own. Because real men don't chase, they evolve, they build, they rise. And when she finally realizes what she lost, you'll be too far ahead to care. This is the time where your ego gets satisfaction. Her biggest regret won't be leaving you. It won't be the breakup. It won't even be losing the relationship. Her biggest regret? It will be realizing that while she was searching for something better, she lost the best she ever had. And the craziest part? By the time she realizes this, you won't even care anymore. The hard truth about breakups. I know what you're feeling right now. The pain, the emptiness, the sleepless nights where your mind replays every single moment. You gave her everything, your love, your time, your effort, and in return, she walked away like none of it mattered. And what hurts the most? Seeing her move on so fast, seeing her smile in pictures, living her best life, as if you never even existed. It makes you feel like you weren't enough, right? Like no matter how much you loved her, it still wasn't enough to make her stay. But let me tell you the truth, it wasn't your fault. Because a woman doesn't leave a man because he wasn't enough. She leaves because she thought she could find better. But here's the twist. Most of the time, better doesn't exist. It's an illusion. She leaves thinking she's upgrading. She leaves thinking she's stepping into a better life. But then reality hits. And when it does, that's when regret begins. The 3 stages of her regret. You see, women process breakups differently than men, and this is where most guys get it wrong. Men feel the pain immediately. It hits us like a truck. We sit with the pain. We feel it in our bones. But women, their pain comes later. At first, they feel free. They feel powerful. They feel like they made the right choice. But as time passes, something changes. There are 3 stages a woman goes through after leaving a good man. Stage 1, the I'm free illusion. Right after the breakup, she feels like she made the right choice. She's going out more, posting happy pictures, enjoying attention from other men. She convinces herself that life is better without you. She's surrounded by validation, friends telling her she deserves better, social media boosting her ego. She's living in a fantasy where she thinks she's winning. But what she doesn't realize is that this stage is temporary. Stage 2, the something feels off realization. This is where doubt starts creeping in. She starts comparing new men to you, and they don't measure up. She misses the comfort of what she had. The late night talks, the deep connection, the way you made her feel safe. She realizes attention isn't the same as real love. This is the beginning of her regret. At first it's small, a passing thought, a random memory. But over time, it grows. Stage 3, the full-blown regret. This is when it finally hits her. She sees you thriving, stronger, more confident, untouchable. She realizes you didn't chase, you didn't beg, you disappeared and became a better version of yourself. She starts missing you, but now, it's too late. This is when she reaches out. A random text. A "Hey, how have you been?" message. A sudden like on an old picture. But by the time she does this, you'll be so far ahead that you won't even care anymore. The real revenge is becoming untouchable. You see, most men make the mistake of thinking revenge means making her jealous. They try to post flashy things, go on dates just to prove a point, or fake happiness online. But that's not real power. The real revenge is becoming untouchable. It's waking up every morning knowing you are the best version of yourself. It's looking in the mirror and realizing that you don't need her or anyone to validate your worth. It's building a life so amazing that even if she wanted to come back when she wouldn't even have access to you anymore. That is the ultimate power move. Why closure is a lie. A lot of men spend months waiting for closure. They think if they just talk to her one last time, if they just get an explanation, if they just hear her say, "I miss you," they'll feel better. But the truth is, closure is a lie. You don't need an explanation. You don't need an apology. You don't need her to tell you she regrets leaving. Because her regret, that's her problem, not yours. your job isn't to wait for closure. Your job is to move forward so powerfully that the past no longer matters. She will regret it, but by then, you won't care. At the end of the day, the biggest lesson you can learn from this, it's not about making her regret leaving. It's about becoming the kind of man who is so valuable, so confident, so focused, that he never has to worry about being left again. Because when you reach that level, she will regret it, but by then, you'll be too busy winning to even notice. Become a man who is strong, unshakable, untouchable. A man who doesn't chase, he attracts. A man who never begs to be noticed, but is impossible to ignore. And when she finally realizes what she lost, you'll be so far ahead that she'll be nothing more than a distant memory. What's your next move? Comment below. If this hit home, subscribe for more life-changing insights. And remember, the best revenge is becoming untouchable.